Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Man,
Welcome back,
why
Otter.
why is success such a difficult thing to attain? And if you attain it, then why is it so bad to have a little ego about reaching your pinnacle? Because it's either ego or anger is what I'm gonna have. It's one or the other.
You would rather have the ego instead of the anger.
And some of the ego
Ego's
may
a
come
better
from
outcome
my
of it too.
frustrations. You know what I'm saying? My frustrations are the grind. I feel like I deserve to be celebrated. Look where I got to. Look at my effort. Most people can't get here. I overcame all odds.
Yeah.
Why'd I have to go through all that for this? A little frustration, a little ego. Hey, you can you remember that old song by J. Cole? It was False Prophets.
Oh yeah.
Lay in the middle. He was like the rapper who feels like he needs to be getting more props.
Yeah.
That
validation.
Look where I got to. And I still ain't getting my credit. That's the anger. You know what I'm saying? The ego is, look how good I am. Why are y'all not acknowledging it? You know what I'm saying? I get how people can reach that level. It's very frustrating with the hoops you got to jump through in the world today to get to where you got to go. You know, I think you deserve the right to be frustrated or have a little bit of an ego.
Yeah, because I mean the grind and the climb is real, and as you go through the process of it, the calluses that are built behind it, you know, the hardened skin throughout the process, as you're getting the whelps and the bumps and the bruises throughout the process. I mean, you're gonna have some ego and some anger that go along with it. I think honestly, like you say either or, but you can both of
and or
and or and or. You know?
And the grind is constantly changing while you're on that path.
Yeah.
So it's like
the shifts that come along with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to shift with the grind, and that's a grind in and of itself.
Yeah. I could be doing everything right, and then they move the goalposts and allow some people in that didn't have to grind the way I had to grind. You know what I'm saying? And that's frustrating. It's all kinds of levels of this.
Yeah. So you're saying you see nothing wrong with pumping your chest a little bit? Yeah, pump your chest.
You gotta pump your chest, man. I seen somebody saying that, you know, people have too big of egos. I'm like, yo, but you deserve it a little bit. You deserve it a little bit. If you get to the top of whatever you doing or whatever your top is, you deserve to have a little ego. Like everything's got to be in balance. You got to check it from time to time, but you can. I get the thought process of feeling a little ego here and there. You know, you don't got to get the Kanye point, but
I mean,
and out a little bit. You earned it.
And as long as that ego doesn't affect other people negatively, I see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I see nothing wrong with it. It's like sometimes you have to have that in order to force that recognition, because a lot of times people aren't going to give it to you willingly, and sometimes they're going to try to take it from you forcefully. And a lot of times you're going to have to force that back on them to say, nah, man. And I've come from the mindset of always being humble, being meek, and meekness being the lead on how we should be. You know, definitely coming from a biblical standpoint, that gets you further. But there are times, and I have to acknowledge that within myself, that there's some times where you have to stand up on the mountaintop and say, no, look at what I did. That way you get your just recognition. So people will take you seriously, because people are going to try to discount you, and they're going to try to brush you off. And it's like, no, sometimes you got to bring that back. It's like, no, hold on. Been humble enough, but y'all gotta feel me on this one. You need to hear me with this one.
Hey, look, man, spiritually aside, you know, because that's one aspect of what success looks like in life. You know what I mean? Like how good of a person you were and the legacy you left behind with actual other people. But that aside, humility has never got me nowhere. And I've been way too humble. At some point, I'm just going to be like, I'm better than you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it feels like that's the thing that's going to get you somewhere sometimes, is that, and it ain't like necessarily putting in somebody's face that I'm better than you, like in that way, but it's just not dulling your shine for people. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been a person. I grew up wanting to be a point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to assist over getting the bucket myself. But at some point, you got to stop feeding the rock to people. You know what I'm saying? Especially that can't score better than you. You got to go to the basket and say, I'm better.
Yeah.
I'm about to take over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's when you start getting your recognition.
Yeah.
But as long as you take care of everybody else and looking equal, you're gonna stay equal.
I definitely agree with that. And I've experienced that within just going off my military career as a recognizable point for myself. To say there's times where I was humble enough to be like, okay, I'm going through the process, understanding of how I'm going about things and where I stand when it comes to things. But then there's sometimes even like, especially this year was one of the biggest years of me advocating for myself. And it's more so advocating like, no, you have to recognize the things I did and then back it up. This is why you should recognize it. So like we have this rating scheme that happens every year. Like we get rated, right? Our evaluations. And I remember being on the phone with the guy who's rating me and going back and forth arguing about some of the things I did that's in my evaluation, to where he had to come into the office. He was away, he was doing something else or whatever, and he was like, I gotta come see you face to face. And we had a face to face, like going back and forth, like, no, this happened, I did this. No, look at these numbers. This is what I did, and had to put my chest on the successes that I had in order to get the just rating that I felt like I deserved. Because he wanted to rate me one way, and I'm like, no, you got to look at it like this. I did this, and this, and that. You got to get that to me. And when it came down to it, they had to look at it. They like, you right. And then they gave me the rating that I felt like I deserved.
You know what it is?
Because they're going to try to take it away from you if you don't pump your chest and say, nah, recognize it.
You had a quiet triple double and nobody appreciates it. You know what I'm saying? You had a quiet triple double. People like flashy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to say, hey, no. Check the stat sheet. Look again. That's a triple double, homie. On 65% shooting.
That's exactly what I did too. That's exactly what I did too. I'm like, hey, now look at this. Look at this. Look at the result. Look how that affected that. Look, okay, and this and this and this.
Yeah.
Come on now. And like, dang, okay. And then when my report came out, that joint said exceeded standard, far exceed standard. Hey, come on now. Get that to me. You see it now. You see it. You see it.
Yeah.
But that's when it comes to advocating for yourself and understanding when to be humble and when to pump your chest. Sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Without a doubt. Hey, y'all. Message.
Success ain't for the weak.
It ain't for the weak, man. Go pump your chest this week at work. You know what I'm saying? Don't get fired, but go in and
hey, but look. Make sure you can back it up. Make sure you can back it up.
Yeah. You've been tardy all week. Don't do this. This is not a conversation for you. But you know,
you've been clocking in late for the last month and a half. It's not it.
Right, man. Facts. Well, anyway, man, let's jump into our cigars, man. You know, because you say you got a treat for me, and I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I got a treat for you. I don't know.
Yes. All right. So check it out. So before we got on air, and I was going through my process and trying to let you know about my process of the cigar that I decided to smoke for today, or what I was looking for in the humidor. We're finishing up the year, right? And my idea was to finish up the year strong, and then also to see who can jump into the top 5 best smokes for ourselves of 2025. You know, we come to that close, and we'll have to start evaluating, hey, what was the top 5 smokes that we smoked this year? And I'm looking around, and I run into good old Drew Estate's Liga Privada line. And my thought process was like, ooh, is Liga going to make my top 5 this year? They might not make my top 5 this year. So we got to finish strong and see if they can sneak in there. You know what I mean? So here I am smoking the Liga Privada Velvet Rat to see what we can do. It was a nice little rat lineup. It was a Dirty Rat, the Ratzilla, which I smoked the Ratzilla before, and then the Velvet Rat. And here we are smoking the Velvet Rat to see if we can get one of the Ligas to, you know what I'm saying, come in with the last minute knockout punch. Maybe throw somebody who would have made my top 5 out of my top 5. And you know what I'm saying? Coming through at the tail end. We don't know.
But see, this is the thing, though. You try to present it to me like, I got this Monte Cristo and I got this velvet rat. I don't know which one I'm gonna do. I'm like, hey man, maybe do the Monte Cristo, because you never know. You do a lot of Liga. Maybe you did the Liga already. You're like, yeah, but I kind of want to do that Liga. I'm like, I know why you want to do the Liga. I know why you want to do the Liga. You want to do the Liga to give Liga a chance, because that's one of your biased favorites and stuff. So
yeah. But as I smoke it today, I'm going to try not to be biased. I'm going to take it as it comes, as it presents itself, and not just throw somebody. I'm not doing Liga any favors. All right. I'm
no, you already did them a favor. You gave them a shot. It's on them to score. But you definitely passed them the ball.
Nepotism. You know what I'm saying? It's just okay. I gave him some favoritism because I put him in the game.
You put him in the game. Yeah. You gave him some burn. They weren't supposed to be in the game. They could have sat out today. They could have load managed today, but you chose to actually give them some burn. So, I know what it is, man. And this is typical of you, man. You find your brand, you support them,
But when you earn the benefit of the doubt and you earn that chance, you know what I'm saying, you get treated better than a Chris Paul. You just don't get dismissed at 2:00 in the morning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just like you off the squad. When you got a good rapport and Liga, you built a good rapport over the years. Okay?
Hey, we heard you was gonna retire, man. Don't waste no time, homie. Go do that now.
Just go do that now. Let's accelerate your retirement for you. Just go ahead and get a boat and just go relax, Chris. It's okay. It's okay, Christopher.
Yeah.
Just don't even show up. It's late to stay in bed. Right. Roll over, you check your message, just go ahead and roll back over.
Roll on over, homie. You good, man. You ain't gotta come in tomorrow, man. But man, Liga's always been one of those ones, I was actually looking forward because in the back of my head, I already kind of had an idea that they were in trouble for your top 5 this year.
Yeah.
So when you came in saying you had one, I'm kind of like,
oh, here you go.
Last second. You know what I'm saying?
All right. We see what it is. Well, I tell you, you read that like top notch. Yeah. But you call me on it. But anyway, this is what we smoking. So we got a Liga Privada, country of origin Nicaraguan, wrapper Connecticut broadleaf, binder Brazilian Mata Fina. Don't know too much about that. And I think that's all we got. Here we go. Velvet Rat. Dark skin too. Darker the berry, sweeter the juice.
So I got my torch fell right in the center. I hope I didn't ruin it. But so I have a Arturo Fuente, and I got the Destino. How you say that in Spanish?
Destino.
Destino. Siglo. Whatever. And I got this guy who looks like Al Bundy, a sophisticated Ed O'Neill on the band. You ain't gonna see him, but that's him. So I think this is Dominican through and through, but I didn't really have much information I could find on it, man. So that's all I know. I think it's Dominican.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Arturo. That's the guy. Like those Fuente cigars. And let me see that band one more time. That band looks a little bit more sophisticated than usual. Now we can't see it. Yeah, that's a different kind of band for Fuente. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, it's a lot of detail in it. Now he made sure he put himself on both sides of Ed O'Neill over here.
Yeah. Like, nah, I'm still the guy. It's still me.
Yeah, he's just smiling. This is the funny thing. One picture he's smiling with his teeth, and the other picture he's just smiling, no teeth. It's like he couldn't decide which picture of himself he liked the most. So it's just like,
I just rock with both of them.
Both up there.
We got no room on the band. It's okay.
That's the ego I'm talking about, though. That's what you need, man. This is why Arturo Fuente is one of the best in the
Put me on both sides. I'm the guy.
Both.
I'm the guy. Just put me on both sides.
There you go. Now he showed the humility. He didn't put himself in the center, but the ego is I'm gonna double up to make up for it. So
yeah,
I'm with that.
Hey, real quick question. You mentioned Wale. Did you listen to Wale album yet? You did give it a chance?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. All right. Just
I
leave it at
forgot
that.
about that as quick as I said I was gonna do it.
Oh,
All
for
I
real?
did was go back to some old stuff. I'm just listening to old rap, and by old rap I mean like the tens, stuff from the tens, and
Yeah.
early, from 10 to 15. I'm in that year range.
That
Anything
realm.
16 on up, I ain't listening.
Hey, but look, they saying it might be a Grammy worthy, so he might be finally getting his just due. And I think he's been doing a
I
lot
heard
of
it was a
talking
good
to come
album.
to his chest. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if a little ego, a little bravado might get somebody some hardware finally.
This is the thing with Wale. He's at a stage in his career where he should be getting Grammy nods. Now he ain't gonna get he's not gonna get the credit of the people anymore. His days of selling a lot of records is over, whatever that means in music today. But as far as the recognition from his peers and that Grammy, what's the word I'm looking for? The organization of the people who do the voting, they will be the ones who actually say, hey, he's one of the best we have in hip hop right now, and he should get it. Even without listening to it, I couldn't imagine there being that many albums better than whatever Wale was gonna put out, and it's supposed to be some of his best work. So
yeah, that's what they're saying. And he always been a Wale fan, so I really think it was one of his probably most cohesive, best projects that he's probably put out, and he's had a lot of good ones. So hey, I hope he actually gets his recognition this time around, because I'm tired of him whining.
Yeah, committee. That's the word I was looking for. Grammy committee. I was looking for that. Doggone it. Boop. Come on, a little quicker next time.
Use AI to help you think.
Wearing my glasses, I can just talk to him. I'll mute the mic and start talking off air behind your back.
See that's that crutch, man. I think you've been using AI too much. It's not letting you think of the common everyday words, because AI do it for you. So we ain't got to think. We ain't got to math. We ain't got to think about words, spelling, all that good stuff. It does it for us. It does it for us. Life is too easy.
I'm trying to get off of that a little bit, though, man. I'm telling you. I am finding my way into forcing myself to limit my multitasking, and a lot of that multitasking comes from this item here. So if I can just keep that out the equation and do one thing, it's better. It's better for me. I like my guilty pleasure is listening to like podcasts and stuff while doing stuff. No headphones. No headphones. If I cut some music on, it's gonna be on the TV or something and let it play from there. But I'm not gonna have it in the headphones while I'm doing that, because what happens is I hear the notifications, text message here, email, whatever, and I'm checking it, and that's causing the more distraction. So if I can I sit it down and I sit it out of sight, I've been capable of going an hour or two without looking at that thing now, and I'm testing myself.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't pick that up. I'm watching TV. Sometimes the temptation while I'm watching TV would be to go reach over there and just scan the web real quick. It's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You're watching TV.
Ain't that wild though? Like, you got to consciously think about not picking up your phone. I do that too. Like, it's funny you said it, because I be doing that too. Because I get on my kids about it. So like me and my son be watching a football game or something. He be like, dude, man, you ain't even looked at the game the whole time. But he can tell me everything that happened in the game. But the whole time you watching the game, you watching it like this. I'm like, damn, boy, you can't put that phone down, can you? You can't put it down? So then, like, he'll try to check me, like, now you can't put that phone down? I'm like, man, I went 10 minutes without picking it up. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like constantly telling myself, nah, leave it. Not leave it. Yeah. Sit it down, put it down right there. Don't worry about it. Don't pick it up. Because it's just that constant feeling. You got to feel like you're doing this. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I need to be doing this for some reason.
Yeah.
Don't even be
That's
doing
why cigarette smokers smoke so much. They feel the need to be doing that. And we've all become that in some way, whether it's with a phone or like I'm drinking coffee. Sometimes I don't even be wanting coffee. I just feel the need to
be doing this.
Doing that, and not water when I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just we become so fixated with doing other stuff, while doing things like, and it's a distraction, man. So I'm trying to recreate these muscles, get them going again in my brain when my brain feel like they ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? And if I get them to fire off and create some new neurons in there where I can actually go do just lock in on something, I'll be a better man. That talk we had about, I don't know if it was on air or off air, but we talked about how we would go hours doing music and forget about other stuff.
Yeah.
That struck with me. Like, and it's just like, yo, that was real.
It's hard to do now. It's hard to do now. Like going back and thinking about those times, like it was a conversation we had off air, but going back to think about those times of how we were able to lock in and just be able to focus on one thing and fixate on one thing. I cannot do that anymore. I had to write a paper 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And every maybe 15 minutes, I had to get up, go do something. Smoke a cigar, come back to it. Go for a walk real quick, come back to it. Pick up my phone, do something, play a game on my phone, come back to it. I had a hard time just sitting there thinking my thoughts out and writing and typing. Like I could not lock in. And I do the same thing with music now too. Like if I'm bouncing a track or I'm doing something or whatever, I got to do something else while that's happening. But back in the day, we didn't have those options. Like you go bounce a track and you got to sit there and wait for it to hit 100%. And you just, all right, then you go click, do whatever else you got to do. Keyboard, boom, 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 to go through the whole process, sit there.
Whatever. The most you would do, get up and go pee. Fix a drink. Come back.
Come back. That's it. But it's like I gotta be doing something. Like my mind's like something has to be happening, something has to be stimulating me on some kind of front, somewhere, somehow. Yeah. I don't like it. It's making me feel like mush brain.
Yeah. They got us, they sold us on the idea of multitasking was good, and now we're addicted to the idea of it. And we're going around and it's nonstop. The need to multitask and do a bunch of other stuff. And I'm gonna tell you one other thing. What I found out while on this little journey is that I now see how the people did it back in the day. Like, you know, we might joke and be like, man, I don't know how moms would go to work, get off work, come home, cook, clean, and get us ready for bed and do all of that. And we act like we're too busy, but all our technology is better. It's not that we're too busy, we're too distracted. Because when I do this way, I start seeing, I can get a lot done. I can cook and clean the house during this time if I'm just doing it. Like, you know.
Yeah. Because like if you think about like 15 minutes is not a lot of time. But when you're not distracted, it can be a lot of time. Yeah. You can get like people like underestimate how much you can accomplish in 15 minutes with 15 minutes uninterrupted and is undistracted a word and not being distracted.
Yeah.
Like with no other stimulation of anything else other than maybe, like you said, a podcast playing in the background or some music playing in the background, and you can lock in for 15 minutes. You can accomplish so much in 15 minutes, so much in 30 minutes, an hour of locking in and doing something for an hour straight. You can get so much accomplished. But the fact that we're so distracted now is that hour feels like it's so short because we're chopping that hour up in small increments where we're focused on something else and come back to it, focus on something else, come back to it, focus on something else. So that whole hour that we spent half of that hour doing something else that we didn't even realize that we're doing something else with that hour time. Right. So we didn't utilize the whole hour to its full advance, like to its full capacity. So
15 minutes, you can go vacuum your house in 15 minutes. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can get the bulk of it done. You can get your downstairs done. You know what I'm saying? You go clean a bathroom in 15 minutes. Like, you just gotta go do it in that time.
Yeah, just do it and do it thoroughly without distraction.
That's it. But we will be distracted. At some point, you might be wiping your counter down, and then you go check your phone, scroll through, like this, leave a comment, put it back down, go back to wiping the counter, and then you feel like I've been working on this task for 20 minutes. I don't have time to keep doing this. I'll never get this done. Let me go do something else and go be distracted while you do that. I mean, y'all just want to go to McDonald's, man. I ain't got time to cook nothing. You know.
But realistically, you have all the time in the world. Say what?
I said, but that's where we at, and I've learned that. So that's my goal now, is to be less of a multitasker. Whatever it is, one task at a time. And I got to teach my kids that too.
But that's crazy how great multitasking is, but when it's utilized the right way, the right method of multitasking for the right reasons and the right way. Not to multitask to waste time. we gotta flip them backwards, man.
I don't even believe in it in general no more. What's the positive way? I'm writing a paper while I'm researching information. Like, I don't even know what is the right way to multitask. And it was always bad.
There's still an advantage to multitasking, right? So like if I'm researching while I'm cleaning something, right? So like say I want to get my bedroom clean, but then I got this paper that I need to research. You know, I can still read the paper that I'm about to try to research and decipher on. So by the time I sit down and actually focus on the paper and focus on it 1,000%, I already have like a idea or premise that I'm already kind of drawing up in my mind. As far as like, okay, now when I go back and I focus on this, now I already have some of the background information. So maybe the 10 minutes that it would have taken to read through something and then start the process of coming up with the premise in my mind, I can start that process now while I'm doing this, accomplish that while I'm getting some headway on something else. So it is, to me, it is still a positive to it, but it just has to be done in the right way, in the right and for the right reasons.
Now, if you say I got an audio book on a subject I'm trying to learn while I'm cleaning up, I'll take that one. But I don't know if I'm cleaning and then I'm stopping to go read a few page, read a page, and then I go back to cleaning. It just feels like more of the same stuff we do now. It's just you're doing good stuff while being distracted, but you're still distracted by. You know what I'm saying?
It's not meaningless distraction.
Yeah, it's not meaningless distraction, but distraction nonetheless. But I mean, who knows, man?
Yeah, true. True. Because who knows? Like maybe if you didn't try to divide that time up with reading that paper or researching that paper while cleaning, you can get the cleaning done faster and then be able to sit down and focus on the paper and then do the research and knock out that research in 5 to 10 minutes. When you ate up, and you might have spent 20 minutes trying to decipher that paper while cleaning up and made the cleaning up process take 20 minutes longer and then still need the 10 minutes to. So I guess.
Yeah, something gonna suffer because you ain't locked in. Because when you go to this and come back to this, you not gonna be in that same zone. Now you gotta get yourself back into the zone of what I was doing over here again. Something's gonna end up suffering.
Yeah, and we can't discount the lock-in process because the world was built on locking in.
Yeah,
Like all the infrastructure that we have is because when the work was being had, it was lock-in time.
yeah,
Infrastructure was built on the process of locking in because we didn't have all the distractions throughout all these centuries of getting to where we are now.
yeah.
Working on road infrastructure. What
Right.
do those road workers do? They worked on the road. They weren't doing 10 other things while
Nothing
they were
else.
working on it was on the railroad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Bang. You know what I'm saying? And they was in the mining, just mining. Fishermen. They were fishing. You know what I'm saying? They were just doing the job that they needed to do in order
yeah,
to accomplish whatever it is that they were accomplishing. It was all built on locking in.
yeah. And that's stories of like different wealthy people. Like they'll go to the cabin, for a week and focus on creating one idea, like the
Mhm.
whole idea of it, the whole blueprint for that idea during that week. No cell phones, no emails, no nothing. I just go here and I'm off the grid for
Yeah.
1 week to focus on this.
Yeah. So I will say that greatness is begat by the lock-in process. You can't reach
Yeah,
greatness on anything, whether it's a physical level, a mental level, an educational level, without locking in. You know,
yeah,
you have to be 100% into something in order to get greatness out of it. It doesn't come by multitasking and juggling 2 to 3 things all at one time. In order to get a great product out of something, that is birthed through the lock-in process.
yeah. But people will never lock in the way people were capable of locking in the past.
Before, yeah.
They never will. How can you? Because the only reason me and you able to have this conversation and think about it on this level is because we live both ways. But if
Mhm.
you ain't never lived both ways, you don't know the
You don't know it.
benefits of what you can
Yeah,
do if you
yeah,
lock in and focus. Like you
yeah.
never experienced.
And if you force a young generation to do it now, it's like it's punishment to them. It's 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 a lot harder because it's like now you're pulling them away from something that they're normally like their norm. But when we were in school and we had to lock in, we locked in. When we got out of school and we were focused on whether we needed to focus on martial arts, it was locking in. Whether it was what music, it was locking in. It was just you did nothing else but that one thing for whatever
Yeah.
period of time that was. Whether it was an hour, 2 hours, you just did that one thing.
My son is so ridiculous. You know what he do? This is how unable he is to focus. He plays with the VR headset
Mhm.
and be on YouTube shorts on the TV. It's like I'd be looking at him like, why are you
Like,
watching YouTube? Like you can't even see that with the headset on. You're in this VR world, like, and then
but you got
take a
YouTube
moment
going.
and scroll through
And then
some
back to
shorts
it.
real quick, then come back to this.
Yeah.
But that's the time frame. He feel like he got to be doing a bunch of stuff, and he about to go through a punishment. He don't know because I'm about to teach him. He about to go on this journey with me. So we'll see how he come out of it. He might hate me one day for this.
Hopefully he'll get.
I'm doing this to benefit you, son. When you see this when you 20 and you come back to this video,
believe it's gonna hurt at first. It's gonna be painful to him at first.
It's gonna be painful, but you're gonna have one hell of an advantage one day, son. If I can commit to this with you.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So I'm gonna try to force mine to do it too. I don't know how successful it's gonna be. It's gonna be painful, but they go, hey, look now, y'all gonna lock in. They're gonna lock in.
Yeah, I mean, just for an hour. Let me see you not do nothing for an hour. We'll take baby steps with it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be long term, but let's see what we can build. Kind of like you used to meditate, in karate. I'm sure you start with little increments, right? And then you work your way up to see if you can go for an hour of meditation and stuff. But
yeah,
same concept, I would think.
Like just be able to be in a space in your mind for a period of time with nothing else. I can imagine it's hard for you.
You can't meditate if your life depended on it, could you?
I can, but for how long? It's not as long as I used to. Not as long, because the thing is, like, the mind is going to start going like the way that we've been programmed now. Like my mind's like, okay, what's happening over here? Dang, what about that YouTube video I wanted to watch? Dang, what's my crypto doing? I gotta check Robinhood. I gotta check my crypto.com. You know what I'm saying?
Off in the bathroom. Is the stove on? Like all these things.
Dang, I do need to get gas. I gotta make sure I do this before I get so I don't have to rush in the morning. Like so much stuff is just gonna be in the back of your mind to where you're gonna be pulled out of that meditative state. But you gotta start retraining your mind. And like we've gotten here by training our mind to think the way we think now, is now we gotta reverse it and go the opposite way with it.
Yeah. So man, what's the update on the cigar, man? Let me get some info on this thing. It can be small. You ain't got to get into too much with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, like it's been a rich cigar. I would tell you that much for sure. And that's what Liga does. Liga always does like a richness, really smooth with some peppers, but it's been cool. Only tough thing I've been having is having a hard time pulling off this thing. And I don't know, maybe because I chopped it low, but hey, clutch, man, clutch.
I'm about to call you out. I was gonna say you got something for that, my boy. Don't forget.
Clutch. I mean, I've been up here poking at it because I don't know if you saw me struggling to get it like relit. Like, okay, like dang. And then I've been having a hard time pulling and keep it lit. I was like, oh well, I got tools I can use. I got tools. So I pulled the tool out. It worked. I'm smooth with it now.
That's what I'm talking about. I need to get one of them for myself, man. And this is the sad thing. We got to do better with our knowledge of accessories because I didn't even know that existed prior to. Like, did you know that was a thing?
I mean, I remember it, but it wasn't at the forefront of my mind. Because I remember like the little 2-prong thing that I used to poke. I used to have one. It came with this the punch, like some kind of punch I had. You pull it out and it had like these little 2 prongs on the end of it that you can poke into your cigar. But that was like years ago, and I completely forgot about it. So when you mentioned it, I think it was like last week or the week before, it was like, oh yeah, I do remember that being a thing. I can poke my cigars to help with with my draw and get a better pull.
Yeah.
So came in handy today. So I'm saving you, Liga. It's saving you, Liga.
I seen another accessory, and this one I was like, nah, this is the other option. This one came with an accessory. It looked like 2 little chopsticks, but it was for holding your cigar when it gets down to the nub, so you ain't gotta burn your fingers.
I've seen that before.
That's a little too fiendy for me. I was like,
yeah. Once it gets to the point to where you about to burn your fingers, it's time to put it down. It's time. Just go ahead and cut a new cigar and just start a fresh one.
Yeah, man. We black men too, man. We burn our lips, man. That's for real. you can't. We can't use it. That ain't for us, man. If it's that small, it ain't got nowhere to go in my mouth. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
like it ain't that big of a deal. I can go ahead and get me a new cigar. I can chop a new one.
that's facts, man. Facts. So look, man, I seen this video. It was very disturbing to me. It was talking about different celebrities who are now unrecognizable after plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I was in shock to see how different people look. And I just was thinking to myself, how did we get to this point where like humans are trying to look like anime characters or something? It's just like, they're not looking human anymore. No, but people just gave up on the idea of looking like humans, and now they just want to look like cartoon characters and stuff. It's a lot of strong chinned women out here now. They just carving their chins in and look like what is the character, man? You remember when Stan tried to American Dad tried to be handsome, so he had like the chiseled face and stuff like that? Yeah, they just got chiseled face now and stuff, and it's just like, what is going on? Like, when did this happen?
Got have a perfect jawline, and the neck got to be like this.
Yeah, just strong jawline women and stuff. It's plastic surgery has gotten out of control, man. It's out of control.
Like before, like you go back to the like it's not a new thing. It's Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? We've already seen it. Most of the Jacksons. We've seen
the whole Jackson family. They got obsessed with it. They were the first ones in the world to be obsessed with plastic surgery.
Yeah, you got Lil Kim
anyway.
But then, there were some other people who did the cosmetic surgery, but it wasn't much of changing the face as much. It might have been like the Botox stuff like that, but it was the BBLs, the breast implants, all that kind of stuff that.
No. BBLs don't go there. It's just your girls up top. We're just hitting the girls up top.
Yeah. If you go back to like the 80s, I guess 80s into the 90s, whatnot. I guess BBLs wasn't a thing until later 2000s. Yeah. But that's usually what you had to deal with, and like changing the face. Most people weren't too much with it. It was reserved like the Jacksons. Yeah, people would do the nose. Yeah, people would do the rhinoplasty. I think that's what they call it, and get their nose done. But it wasn't necessarily changed in the face. People, that was still taboo back in the day. Yeah. But now it's becoming like a thing. Like I not too long ago, I was looking at like SZA and Summer Walker and who are these people? Of course, we know the Kardashians. It's like, who are these people?
Yeah,
who are these people? Don't look nothing. You don't look like yourself. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing it to the point to where, like you mentioned, like, unrecognizable as far as who they truly are. And it's not just the aging process. It's like a whole new identity, whole new face. Like, you're somebody different. Like, and how do you get up in the morning, look in the mirror and like, that's me? You know what I mean? Like, I would not be able to do that. Like, I get up in the morning like, that don't look like me, because like, you know how you are, who you are, right? Yeah, and you've always recognized who you are from when you were first time you seen yourself in the mirror when you were 2-3 years old, right? And it's like, okay, you see your changes, but then you still see you in the end. Like, I know I changed. You changed since you were 3, 4, 5 years old, but then you still see you when you look in the mirror. Like, but how do you change your face to where you don't even look like who you were? You're progressive you throughout your youth into your adulthood. I could not live for myself. I could not wake up and look in the mirror. Couldn't do it.
How you show up to the family reunion and you don't look like family no more? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you show up to your mama and daddy house and they just look at you like you don't even look like nobody in this household. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't look like your brothers, your sisters. You don't look like me, your mama. Like, who are you? Like, this is what bothers me about it, right? Is from my own perspective. I understand everybody got their own insecurities, and at the end of the day, do you whatever makes you happy or insecure in this world, do you? But it saddens me a little bit that people get so insecure that they don't want to look like the people that love them and that they love. That bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, that's hurtful, because my nose comes from somewhere. My ears, my lips, my eyes, they come from somewhere.
Like my especially my mom's side of the family, Kirkland's. Yeah, everybody knows we got it's a Kirkland look. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's a Kirkland right there because he got that Kirkland nose, he got them Kirkland ears, he got the
Yeah.
Kirkland cheekbone. That's a Kirkland. You know what I mean? You got them
Yeah.
eyes. That's a Kirkland. You know what I'm saying? Some people eyebrows are shaped a certain kind of way. That's who they are. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's your lineage. That's
my
that's
lineage.
family identity.
Yeah, I'm proud of those people. So yes, this may not be traditionally what you would consider good looking, but I'm proud of the people I come from. Like, I'm not gonna change that because I'm
Yeah.
not gonna deny them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, that's my
Yeah.
thought process for it. So when I see people that get this insecure, there's a part of me that I get sad for them for that same
Yeah.
reason. Because it's like, yo,
you know
you're
what's
denying
you know,
your people. Like,
yeah. When it comes right down to celebrities, you know which one hurts me the most?
who's
Oddly,
that?
it's weird. I don't know why it hurts me the way it does. It's not the Scissors, not the Michael Jackson. Serena Williams. That one hurts
Yeah,
me for some reason. When I
yeah,
look at her,
Serena
like,
hurt me too. It's
yeah,
like,
for some reason that one hurt me. I don't know why, but it hurts me. Like, dang, Serena, black woman,
because she's
just like
beautiful,
your
but it's not
features were
traditional beautiful. But we think you beautiful. Like, sister, you didn't
Mhm.
have to do all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look good how you are. Now, you don't have to, you don't gotta look like what they tell you gotta look like to look good.
Yeah,
Because your
yeah,
community is like you look good. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. This is one thing I
That should
wanted
be
to.
enough validation for you. Like, you know, like
This is a curious part because speaking of Serena, because I know like, and this might be, I don't know if it's controversial or sensitive or whatever, but her child, after she had her child, and I think she's with a white man or whatever, and her child came out looking a certain kind of way, and it seems like she's trying to match what her child looks like, right? But on the flip side of it, somebody who changes their appearance so much, and then say they have that child, and that child comes out with the same features because they don't get the features of the plastic surgery.
right.
And it was funny. There was some AI thing about MJ when if he was a YN right now, right? He had like the
Yeah.
twist, and he was looking like what I would say somewhere in between Thriller and Bad MJ.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
somebody was like, man, that's what MJ's son would look like if you know what I'm saying? It was like, no, his son wouldn't look like that. He would look like MJ from the 60s and
Jackson
70s.
5.
He would look like a Jackson 5. You know what I'm saying? He would have a big nose, he would have Jackson features, right?
Yeah.
And it's like if when these people have their children and their children have their features of their natural, how do they feel about that? How do they feel about that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, especially if they don't marry into like a different ethnicity and their family might take on the predominant features of another ethnicity or whatever, they kind of
Right.
take away from their, I don't want to say pure, but their you know what I'm saying, like ethnic features. We'll keep
there you
we'll
go.
keep it at that. Because like if you marry somebody when you have children with somebody of your same ethnicity or whatever, those features of the ethnicity might remain more so than outside of an ethnicity, mixing ethnicities or whatever. It's like, but if that person takes on those same features and they look like they twin, like my daughter looks like me, like her face and my face is almost the same face, right?
Yeah.
But if I got
Right.
my face changed, but then that child comes out looking just like how I look in my natural, how do you feel about your child? Who
Yeah.
looks
Do you
like
think they look
you,
any
look like
less?
that?
Are they less beautiful to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it you know, and I don't want
The
to be
little kid,
dumping
I
on
don't know if
people,
little
but
kid
at
got
the end of the day,
kids. The
we got to
little
call it
kid
what
don't
it is.
look like.
Insecurities. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they have to bear what you were insecure with. Is there any?
Mhm.
How do you feel looking at them? Do you want to change them too, like in what you
Yeah.
became, or do you
Yeah.
look at them and say they're beautiful just like they are? And if you can find that in you, why can't you find it in yourself for
Yeah.
yourself? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, so people always like I always had a closeness with my mom's side of the family, right? And my mom's side of the family, them some dark-skinned black folks, you know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
whenever I saw people make fun of people for being like extra dark, I always had a uncomfortable. It was always a little uncomfortable to make fun of people for that. Like, you know, back in the day, it's not as common now, but back in the day, people be like, they pick on you if you real black. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I never got into that. And I'm regular brown, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it was just like, but the people I love the most look like that. I can't pick on
Yeah.
them for that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but some people run to go bleach their skin from that. And it's just like, but somebody that you got that skin from, you love them, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Do you
what's
not
the
think they're
problem
beautiful?
with it?
Do you not like Sammy Sosa? Do you not think your family's skin tone is beautiful? That's
Your mama gave you that skin, or your daddy. You don't love them, like, you know, grandma. Then what about grandma? You love grandma. You got to love one of them that gave you this. Like,
yeah. And that comes from learning how to love the skin you're in, man. Like just embracing who you are and making the best of who you are and what you got and what you're blessed with, and how you present to this world, and then teaching your family, your kids, to love it too. You know what I mean? Like you got to learn to love that part of yourself, and it's heartbreaking to see, but it's just becoming more of the norm of the norm of the norm. Like decade after decade, we're getting further away from understanding what natural is and how natural is beautiful.
But and see, that's the funny thing. It was supposed to, in the past, they wanted to change their features, but the goal was to have as natural as possible of a look to it.
Yeah.
Now people ruin themselves, their faces so much that people are now chasing the ruined look instead of the actual natural look.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
if they want you to be able to see, I've changed everything. It's like, I don't know. It seems that way. You know,
I tell you, like one thing I definitely cringe at a lot is when, and it's mostly women, but you look at their pictures and it's an AI version of their picture. And they swear that's them. It's like, yo, dog, that ain't you. That ain't you. And it comes from that whole overall mindset. Like when these like celebrities, they change themselves and they see that as the thing to do and the thing to be. It's like they want to change themselves, but they can't afford the surgeries, or they don't dare to for the surgeries, but they still do it in the sense of changing how they look when they, you know what I'm saying, when they present their pictures. You know, it's like, how do you post that thinking that's you and you cool with it? Like you gotta no. And then that's more from taking a blemish off here and there. You know what I'm saying? Maybe ease up on some wrinkle lines and stuff like that. Like that's cool. Do that. Little like airbrush, like put on makeup. That's fine. Go for it. But like the whole like the what was this is one app that makes people like had like the perfect face structure or whatever.
Yeah.
And like it pulls their lines, their face within the parameters, like bringing the eyes up and eyes spaced apart and nose lines and all that stuff. It's like that's not your natural, man. Like you look like a cartoon, and it's not cool. I don't want to see that.
Everybody's chasing the cartoon look, though, whether it's through filters or whether it's through the surgery. And I'll tell you another thing. You said it's mostly women. This is the sad thing when it comes to this for women. They're not doing it for us. They're doing it for each other, because I'll tell you, women, here's a secret. Most of us men, we like y'all better without a lot of makeup on. Y'all do that for one another. Y'all don't do it for us. We don't like that. Like,
like all that makeup. No,
you don't care for it.
Yeah.
So you're going around chasing an image for one another. Not even this. I'm talking to straight women. Obviously, if you like, you know, other girls and cool, you know, this ain't for you. But if you're actually interested in men, you don't have to do half of what you're doing to attract a man. We're not into that stuff. You know, you're trying to look good so other women won't talk bad about you. And that's sad that y'all do that to one another, man. Because
just drink water, eat clean, do a little exercise. You know what I mean? Eat clean, drink some water, and exercise every now and then. You good. You good in my book. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, it ain't that complicated, but for some reason, that's the game we in, man. You know.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse and worse. The more AI becomes a thing, the more we get closer to this augmented reality. It's going to become more and more and more of that's what's going to be the gold standard of what we look for, or what people think that we look for. It might even be what we look for. Maybe 20 years down the line, if you don't look like that, you are missing the mark.
Well, it's a couple ladies out there that's leading the movement against it. some
I
women
hope
taking
so.
their BBLs out and speaking out against stuff like that. So some people talking about natural bodies look better. So I've heard it as a quiet movement. Hopefully it catches on. Like, you know, hopefully it influences the next generation of teenagers who are about to go into their womanhood to not make those mistakes and go pursue that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
We talked about how, like, you know what I'm saying, the Gen Zs, the Gen A's, and maybe by the time we get to the Gen B, like, they'll be completely 180 against how we've been going over the last 20 years. You know, as we start to try to revert back to the old way, like, nah, that ain't the way to do it, man. We was tripping, or they was tripping at that during that era. That ain't it.
Especially once they start learning the effects of what they're doing, you know,
because that's one thing that we got to worry about now. Like,
yeah.
Who was I looking at? It was LaToya Jackson, and I was like, my goodness, all that work ain't work out for you right now.
Yeah. They start seeing that like, 20 years from now, that was bad.
Yeah, because we haven't seen the aging process in its completion yet. MJ died at what, 50?
Yeah.
So we didn't see MJ at 80. Like, yo, that's what happens when you get 80. I don't look like that.
Yeah,
like you look worse than just being old.
You start seeing people look like some ghouls and goblins and looking like they been dead for 30 years when they still alive. All this just hanging off of you and stuff. We'll see. They start seeing that. They see what a BBL looks like in 20 years after having it for 20 years. They'll be like, all right, that's a bad idea.
That ain't the way, that ain't way, my boy. That ain't the way. Let's not do that.
But who knows, man? Maybe the procedures will get better, and then, you know, I'll shut up. You know, I just be like, all right, go get your plastic surgery. It look good. Like, but it got to get back to natural in order for me to be that way.
Yeah.
As long as it's unnatural.
If they can find a way to make it natural, then maybe, I don't know. But at the same time, don't mess with what God created, though. Like, I don't think there's any way to do better than what God created. The aging process is a beautiful process. You just have to learn how to take care of yourself naturally as you age. And you can age gracefully without getting all that stuff done, and you be all right. Like, it's okay to be 80 and look 80. It's okay to be 70 and look 70. Just look like a well taken care of 70, well taken care of 60, 50, 40. You know what I mean? Just be you, do you, and just do it the right way and take care of yourself. It's all right.
And speaking of fake stuff, stop buying them porcelain teeth too, man. God knows, man. Big, giant porcelain teeth. Go get you some braces or some Invisalign and brush and floss every day, and you'll be good. Like, you know what I'm saying? But oh, go, man.
the teeth is
just smiling. Teeth just hanging out their mouth. They got that Puff Daddy mouth.
Can't even close their mouth.
Can't close their mouth with the Puff Daddy mouth and just big teeth and just smiling everywhere. Stop, man. Doggone.
Like, how did I see that? That
piano mouth. Doggone it.
And that's for a lot. That's the guys more so than anything. That's the guys. Like, come on, dog. Come on, man. Like, it's different from like Nas and Fabulous fixing the chip tooth or whatever. Or like you mentioned, like put a little, there you go, drop that ash. You know, or like, you know, like you saying, like getting your teeth back in line, like, because even as you age, like with my teeth, like I grind my teeth while I sleep, so I got like a little chip and like my teeth kind of like have like this little slant to it now because I grind my teeth so much. And my dentist, they pointed that out to me, maybe like 3-4 years ago, and they gave me these mouth guards that I don't wear. And they're like, you grind your teeth, don't you? Because they can see like exactly like where the tooth is, where it's kind of like shipping,
wearing at it,
where it lines up to the other tooth that I grinded on a lot. Like, see, that's what's happening to your teeth right now. And that's the natural process of things happening. So if I just reverse the natural process by wearing my teeth guards and maybe get a little shave down or whatever, natural things to fix the natural things that happen to us. Not this complete makeover. I'm gonna rip all my teeth out, put these fake porcelain teeth in, look like piano fingers in my mouth. It's like, yo, dude, that ain't it.
That's whack. But anyway, let's get into these cigar reviews here, man. Oh, excuse me.
Liga, it's time.
Hey, look, man. Ironically enough, this is a Fuente, but I have a lot to say about it, so I'll go into mine. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'll go into mine. You know, because this one, yours is for all the marbles. Mine, it ain't for all the marbles. You know. Now, I'm gonna lead with this. I'm a little underwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? I had higher expectations for it. It's kind of it's a good cigar. It's Arturo Fuente.
Okay.
Let's leave with that. It's a good cigar. I don't think they could make a bad cigar if he's trying to. Like it's gonna be good. So let's put everything that I'm saying in the context of this is still a good cigar, but I'm underwhelmed, and that's probably due to my own expectations. Because I'm like, Fuente. I don't remember seeing this. I think this was like, I think it was said to be like a 100-year anniversary cigar or something like that. I'm like, okay, let's check it out. But for me, what it is, it's a medium to full body cigar. It's got some dark chocolate notes in it. It's got spice all throughout the cigar. Not quite to the point where I would classify it as a spicy cigar, but kind of, you know what I'm saying, in a way. It's got some earthiness to it, and it's got some I'd say like a little cedar note to it also is what I picked up on. And doggone, something else. I'm forgetting it, but there's one other note that I'm leaving out. But that's the general idea of the cigar. Good cigar, you know what I'm saying? It's a cigar that if I saw it in a shop and we're at the lounge and they got a limited list of cigars, I would be willing to grab that out and be like, all right, instead of taking a risk with something else, because it's a good stick, but just not a special stick, And when I go to the lines like Oliva or Plasencia or Arturo Fuente, you kind of, my father's, you hope for special whenever you grab one of those, I just didn't get special vibes off of it. But I'll go 1 to 5. I'll probably just rate it a 4, even 4. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good score because it's a good cigar because it's Arturo. But I think I'll get at least a 0.2, a 0.3, a 0.4 on that. Something to end my year out strong. And it's just low level as good as it gets. I guess.
Man, we saying 4s ain't special. 4s ain't special. I get what you're saying. When we talk about special, I'm thinking 4 and up. I'm thinking 4 and up. I would say 4 is great. I would say once we hit about 4.2, you're talking about somewhere. How would you measure somewhere between great and special? I don't know how, somewhere between there. But then I guess when you start hitting 4.4 and up, then we're getting special.
Special status cigar.
Because
it's too good for me to put it in 3s. Like I thought about saying 3.8, but I'm like, that's wrong.
Yeah, 3 is good. Yeah,
it's better than that.
Yeah, 3 is a good cigar. 4 is a great cigar. But it's like, but then when you hit special,
it's just not a special cigar. It's a great cigar. You know what I'm saying? But it's not special.
Okay. All right.
This is snobby talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm being nitpicky, but I had to clarify it because if somebody pick this stick up, they're gonna be like, "Yo, he was kind of hard on this stick. This stick, all right." And I don't want people to confuse it. You know what I'm saying? I want to give it its props, even though I come off disappointed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, so just to take it with a grain of salt. Hey, we the cigar guys, and we did say a couple years ago. Hey, we're gonna be tough on these cigars. We ain't gonna be just throwing special out like it's nothing. And then we're gonna judge correctly. So I take your word for it. You know what I'm saying? It should be respected with a 4.0 and even being hard on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that MJ LeBron top tier type of conversations. You're not taking anything from it, but then you're just rating it justly. So I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go into this Liga, man. And I'm not gonna speak on it to the point of like I have 2 biases that I'm fighting against, right? Fighting against one that is Liga, and then fighting against trying to figure out is it top 5 or not for the year. I didn't want to go into the smoke like that, but at the same time, you already know that's where I've been kind of leaning towards trying to find that top 5 cigar at the end of the year when it came to Liga. But we're gonna take that out of it. All right, so let me go with my tasting notes real quick. So with this particular stick, I got this nice rich smoke. So I will say that there was some dynamic aspects of this smoke, which is a nod to it. I do appreciate a dynamic stick, and one that is dynamic without throwing me off too much. To saying what kind of smoke do I have, and being lack of identity for doing too much. Like you have two different aspects of lacking identity: not doing enough, and then doing too much. And it's just like you didn't settle on anything with doing too much. So it didn't lack identity, but it did a lot. So I would give it a nod for being dynamic with actually settling in on something, which is where I got the notes of like a dark roast coffee type of deal with it, a good oak taste, oak barrel, and oak woodiness that came from it. Also, some cedar that's in there, some good earth notes, just good raw earth notes, along with that dark roast coffee bean. As far as the body of it, medium to full. Once I got this bad boy going and actually able to get a nice rich smoke, but I had to kind of aid it on with poking the end so I get a better draw. Which once I did that, so maybe the clip was a little shallow, so maybe that's on my end. So I'm not gonna take a notch off of Liga because I wasn't able to get a good draw in the very beginning. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. It's not a bias. It's not a bias. It's just saying. Once I got my pokes in, we got some good rich smoke. Aroma was very, very nice. A rich aroma as well. A little bit of pepper here too. Nice little sprinkle of pepper that just gave it just a little bit more boldness. So I appreciate the boldness. I appreciate the dynamic, and I appreciate the tasting notes. That nice dark roast tasting note. Not something I usually look for, but it was done very well with Liga. So applaud to that. Now, if I'm going to give this rating out of 5, and we just talked about special, we just talked about good and great. I'm going to do this cigar, this Liga Privada, Velvet Rat. I'm going to do about a 4.3. I'm going to do about a 4.3. I'm going to say right under special, but better than great. Better than 4.0. Like in that great range, but just not quite special again, like you mentioned. But at the same time, if I was more of a fan of that I guess dark roast coffee bean type of deal, like to where like you get some of the coffee bean bitterness, right? Again, kind of where I'm going. If that's you like dark roast, it might be your thing, but it's not my thing more so. So 4.3, but I get where it's going. I enjoy the dynamic and the identity of the cigar. So 4.3, 4.3. It's a really good smoke, really top notch smoke. Good on the construction. Little fight with the light and keeping it lit and keeping that draw going. But I gave it some aid, and it did recover from that. But 4.3 overall. Top 5, I don't know.
I think you trying to convince yourself top 5. I don't remember you
I'm
being in
not.
love with none of these
I would have
rats
said
that Liga
4.5.
put out so far. But
Say
we
what?
gonna. I don't remember you being in love with none of these rats you done tried so far from Liga this year.
Ooh, go back to last year. I think I put a rat in my
Not
top
the
5.
year of the rat. I'm talking about these little
Yeah, the Ratzillas and
variations.
whatnot.
Was spit off.
Yeah. If I go back and try to find another rat that I might have smoked on the show, I think I probably would have gave it like a 4 or something, like under 4 or 5 though. But it's there.
Okay.
It's there.
Okay.
It's there.
All right. I'm gonna trust you.
High pitched voice.
I'm gonna trust you. Okay.
4.3 for the Velvet Rat, man. 4.3.
Oh man. All right, well shoot, there you have it, man. We're gonna see if in next week's episode we hear about this velvet rat. We'll see.
You gonna call Cat?
I don't know. We're gonna see. You know, it might show up in next week's conversation or whenever the next week is. But
hey man, we got 50. Look, I'm gonna enjoy the process of trying to find this top 5. We got 50 episodes, 50 cigars that we smoke, which is awesome to say. When we think about these episodes, and we're at 150 episodes, and I'm pretty sure we didn't double smoke any cigars this year. 50 different cigars. So
yeah.
what I want our audience to recognize is that we are smoking these cigars and we're smoking them thoroughly, and we're actually talking about them and actually diving into all the different elements of these cigars. So when we give you that top 5, we're talking about top 5 of 50 unique sticks that we smoke.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a journey to go through all 50 of them over the year, recap it, and say these are the 5.
Without a doubt. And battle coming next week. But anyway, we
Yes.
out.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in this week's episode of Cigars Everything
gonna
Else
be
podcast.
Keep cigars up.
Keep your cigars up and your surgery down. We out.